We are lucky to have a Utah artist in studio today. Rebecca Klundt makes art by collaging blocks of reclaimed wood. Each block is painted and cut and placed so that the image eventually emerges. The finished result is a remarkable piece of art to see up close. And today Rebecca gives us an art experience from her own realm. It's a privilege to learn how to make a wood collage with Rebecca. Welcome to Studio 5.
Thank you. Thanks, Brooke.
I think so many women could relate to your experience of wanting to let your creative light shine. How did you come into your art ways, your art path?
Yeah, so I had a family. I was busy doing that, loved that. Very creative, fun way to live your life. And then I started to realize that my kids were getting older. I was done with PTA. So it was time to look into what to do next. I'd always loved creating, but I didn't really know what exactly my best place would be for that.
Would you have labeled yourself as an artist at that time?
No,
Not
just a creative for sure, because the way you live as a creative is what can I do with that is kind of the way that you're always thinking, right? And so when you're having kids and you're having birthday parties, that's a really good thing to do, right?
That's what you do.
What can we do with that, right?
Yeah.
Right, kind of like with toys. Okay, so so I decided to go back to school and finish, and absolutely loved that. But while I was there, by this time, I know the value of time, that you have to go, 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 go. You don't want to waste time. So what am I going to do? What am I going to focus on in the short time that I have in school? So I kind of had to figure out what's really me, what's really in there. And I, strangely, have a love for power tools. And I love collecting things that nobody knows what to do with.
I like how your eyes lit up.
I know.
I love myself a good power tool.
Right, right.
So you stumbled into this reclaimed wood artistry.
Yes. Yeah, so when I was in school, then it was like, I started working in building frames and building things to paint on.
Sure.
But I found that I liked building more than I liked the painting.
How interesting.
So then it was like, okay, I think I'm onto something.
Look at you. Props to you for letting yourself explore, but doing it in a focused, thoughtful way. Like, I'm here to discover something. I'm here to seek something for myself.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be open enough to discover what that something is and what I love within that exploration. Who inspires you, Rebecca, as you consider kind of your art muse?
So I have to say, I grew up in a home where we were free spirits, right? We kind of were able to do what we wanted to do. We painted our own rooms. We were just... creativity was really part of what we did.
How fantastic.
But I think the thing that inspires me the most is my mother's mother, Hannah, Grandma Hannah. She was magical to me. She made quilts out of out of scraps. She was always finding things and figuring out what to do with them. She would find like broken things and fix them, and just worked really hard to like make beautiful things out of whatever was left over, right? And so that to me was just a magical way of living. And I think that's so much a part of me that's where I find a lot of joy.
Isn't that awesome to see those generational threads come down in a tangible way?
Yes, I definitely feel her.
You feel her, Grandma Hannah. I love that so much. We've been looking at some of your pieces. Will you describe them through your lens?
Okay.
Tell us about this one.
Okay, so I love hiking, I love outdoors, I love Utah. I actually have pieces at the Delta Center in the airport that were all the national parks of Utah.
Amazing.
So they kind of got me going on that idea, because that's what they wanted. And ever since then, every time I go hiking, I'm looking for ideas. So this was from Arches, a piece that, so these are all just little pieces of wood that have been glued together. Kind of like you find a pile of wood and you're going to break it down and then build it back together.
I was going to ask, where are you getting your wood?
Yeah, so everyone's got a pile of wood, right? Everyone has a pile left over, and if you don't think that's true, believe me, everyone will come to me and say, I have this pile of wood. So imagine a pile and it's big and bulky and kind of messy. Yeah. And what if you could organize that into like a really precise, exact box, right? So that's kind of what I'm doing, is I want to see how that pile can transform. So
are you working from an image? Like, did you have a picture of two chairs as you put this together, or no?
No. So then the next thing is, what can I say with sticks? I don't want to just do I want to say something, right? And I'm working with sticks. So it's pretty primitive. So I started using chairs to represent people. And so usually they're in relationships to each other. So like these two chairs they're kind of liking each other. They're a little bit connected. They're turning towards each other, and of course they're on that happy floor. So this is happy chairs, good relationship. So there's always some meaning behind it.
I love that. And turn over your left shoulder for me.
Okay.
How would you describe this, and how did your brain put this together?
Okay, so recently I had a grandbaby born. This is my grandson, was born in Virginia.
You're gonna make me cry, I can already tell.
And so I couldn't be there while he was being born, but I had this Calling All Angels song in my head, right? So I'm thinking, while he's being born, the angels are watching, everyone's gathering, this is a huge
Rebecca.
event, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just making angel after angel after angel,
Calling all the
just
angels.
thinking like, this is an event today that's happening.
Chills. That's so impressive.
So yeah.
Well, I'm certainly not going to like put myself on your level, but talk me through how you might take this pile of wood and turn it into something marvelous like that.
Okay, so this is what I do for other people that want to try it. So I've already collected the wood, broken it down. These are scraps left over from some that I've built.
Okay, and you paint them first?
Yeah, right. They're painted and then I chop them down, right? So this is kind of just the leftover. So
But you didn't paint these.
I end up with a lot of pieces in my studio. So
Sure.
I have people come in, I give them a board like this, and then usually if they came to my workshop, you would gather from a huge pile of wood. You would go through and shop. For every piece that looks interesting to you, you're going to make a big pile of those.
Okay.
I've already done that for you, so this is a pile that I thought was interesting.
It is interesting.
And then you just take them and sit down and you're going to play with them. You're going to see like what goes together, what works together. When you start putting pieces together by each other, they start to speak to each other. They start to make something. And so once you start doing that, you're going to start getting a feel for what you like, and then you start gluing. And you're going to glue it together and create your very own work of art.
So your workshop participants aren't creating a cohesive picture per se, but just a collage.
Right. Whatever you've got here, you can
play with.
Do whatever you want to do. Yeah, it's
How
really
fun.
It's fun. It's playful. I feel like it's therapeutic. Usually they come with friends and they just relax.
I can see
it's
that.
It's really, really fun.
I can see that. How fun that you're not just putting your art out for the world to see. The airport, you said, we can see some of your work, but also teaching others to kind of look at shapes and color and tell stories with this medium. I love it. Do you have any workshops coming up?
I do. If you go to my website, so RebeccaKlundt.com, go to my website. Under workshops, you can see what's available. Also, if you, like I've done lots of family reunions, birthday parties, date nights. If you want to have an event yourself, then you can just contact me and we'll set one up.
How fun. And another great art event this weekend you want to make sure people know about?
Right. So today and tomorrow at This Is a Place State Park, there's a huge art event. There's 80 artists selling work, and it's the biggest thing we've had in Utah. So really exciting. So I'll be over there. Come on over and we'll hook up.
Well, I loved meeting you, and I loved hearing your story and admiring your beautiful pieces. So thanks for sharing your gifts.
Yeah, thanks.
We appreciate it.